Welcome again to everyone that's just joining us. Welcome to the Treasured Mind Experience Workshop. And I would just like to take this time to say thank you for through the journey that we've made it this far. And we're going to work together. It's going to be fun, it's going to be interactive, but we're talking about some goodies. Everyone loves goodies. And so the goal of this is that you decide that there's something that you want to shift in your business perspective, your business. You want to manage business, your wellness, your mental health, your personal life in a better way. You've decided this year that you're going to take your business to a whole nother level and that you're going to move it from being a hobby to something that you just touch and base, touch and go here and there, but you're ready to make the investment in to make sure that it's running as a proper business. And so this workshop is going to be able to supply you with different tools, strategies, and information that you'll begin to able to implement in your business. One of the goodies is because you're here, because you've made this investment so far, that if you decide between now and the next 14 days that you want to upgrade your package to a VIP experience with me, what that means is I'm working hands on with you. I'm taking your business ideas, your business desires, and your visions, creating a or operational strategic plan just for you so that you can begin to see a shifting in your time, a shifting in your resources, and most importantly, a shifting in your finances. So if you make that commitment, you're going to get $500 off, not 50, not 5, 500. 500. That's a major discount. I don't know where you've gone and somebody said, I'm gonna give you $500 off of something. Come on. And this is totally for you. I want to share just this week, I had the opportunity to work with a client, which is my loved one of mine, of my sister, actually. What stood so important to me about this is that she, even as my sister, saw a gift in me, saw something that I had that she believed that I can help her. She has been an entrepreneur for over 10 years, running business as usual for over 10 years. She was stressed out, burnt out, overwhelmed, behind in her systems, behind in her procedures. And she was able to come and partner with me with a one-on-one treasured mind experience strategy call. And she walked away with so much empowerment, so much clarity, so much power. It shifted her perspective because one thing we have to identify, there's a holdup in our mindset. What we think, what we believe, really that's where the holdup is. And so she was bound with just poverty mindset and thoughts. I had to remind her of who she is and that she's soil and that she's ground. And although we pour so much into our clients and so much into our customers, we forget that it's a reciprocated relationship and we have to be held accountable. So when she walked away with her literally detailed created plan, she was so excited. I mean, there was breakthrough on a call. It was an amazing experience. And that's why I'm calling this an experience, because it's not just business as usual, but it's an experience. When you walk away from here, I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel that you can do it. So take advantage of this opportunity. She said one thing she said that stood out: I'll do it for yourself. I wish I would have done this before now. I wish I would have gotten help before now. But she was carrying the weight and bags of the world and expectations of herself and of the freight of transition and change, and she didn't. So when I was able to come into agreement with her and help her with that, she came out on top and amazing. And I'm excited to constantly work with her to see the outcome of her money. Now we got her mind right. We got the organization, we got the ideas, we got the packages, but that also now brings an elevation in her income. And that's so much more important than the bottom line, right? Because business is has to be profitable. We have to make money. If we don't, it's really not a business. It's a hobby. Ain't nobody got, and we got so many other things that we can be doing. So we want to make sure we're making money. So that's why I'm here. So if you are interested, if you're the one that's saying it's time for me to transition into entrepreneurship, or it's time for me to transition from part-time to full-time, if you're saying, hey, I have these different packages or services that I'm thinking about and I want to link that with my purpose, with my vision, where I am, I'm the person for you. So you want to connect with me. And don't forget, you'll get $500 off. So if you, all you have to do is send an email to me letting me know I want in or I'm ready, and I'll be able to supply you with the resources from there. So let's get started. I These are a few icebreaker questions, and I want you to use your chat box again. And the first question says, I currently operate using a daily schedule. And this is not just a schedule for your business, but this is a schedule in general. Are you planning your day? Do you plan your day? And you can say yes or no. You can respond in the chat by saying yes or no. Are you that person that plans out your day? Are you the person that plans out your week? Are you the person that plans out your month? Are you a planner, or are you kind of just go with the flow? However you feel, you get it done. If you don't really get it done. So I see a lot of yes. Absolutely. Thank you. The next question. Uh, as you all see, I'm trying to multitask these different screens. Okay. The next question is, it's time for me to increase my income and I don't have more time to give. Does this resonate with you? Does this sit with you? If you agree that this statement is true for you, say yes. If you say, hey, I ain't really thought about it, it's okay. You can say that. Or if you're saying, hey, actually, no, this is a desire that I have, but I do got the time. I'm just not utilizing my time well. You can even put that you're struggling with time management. And so I see some people have said yes, and some have said yes, even with the prior question, but also said that I go with the flow. And then in the second question, where it says, I want to increase my income, but I don't have more time, most of the time it was yes. I think I'm preaching to the choir because I'm in the yes, yes category. So time is so important. Time we can't get back. As we continue to grow, as we continue to live, time is something that is inevitable, that it changes, and that there's no way we can't beat time, but we can manage time. And so that's the mindset that we want to take. So we're going to now go into an actual exercise. So if you can pull out your paper or your phone, whatever you're using for notes, and we're going to do a time audit. Take a moment, write a list of things you do between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. each day. If you're working a job, it's okay. Identify if you're working. Are you working only on your job during that time, or are you on social media? Are you running business inquiries for your business on the side, or are you strictly focusing on work? Are you exercising? Do you take lunch? Are you get as detailed as you can, right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to track our time. What are you using to efficiently track your time? We waste a lot of time that we don't identify. Why? Because we're really not tracking our time. How many of us really take time to say, I'm tracking my time, that every 30 minutes or every 15 minutes, and I'm aware of what I'm doing within my day? 9 out of 10, you're probably not, because you're most of the time operating on autopilot, and you are not really aware of the time lost and the time spent. And it's a real thing. It's a real thing. So we're just taking time to identify what are we doing from the hours of 9 a.m. to the hours of 12 p.m. And I'll give you a moment. And then from there, we're going to have a brief, small discussion on what that looks like. So thank you for taking that time to just jot down your experience, to jot down um, your timekeeping tools. And if you identify, we see that the common factor has been that you are doing the most. You're managing so many different things at one time. You're wearing so many different hats at one time. How do you do that so well? Do you feel that there's areas and sometimes even places of burnout, stress, being overwhelmed, or feel like you're missing the mark? One common thing that I stood out to me was, I do so much, but then 3 o'clock come and it seems like I have not done anything. But really, if you step back and track it, you've done a lot. It's so important for us to track our time. Why did I ask you to do this exercise? Did you know you are the most productive during the day? You are the most productive self. You are your most productive self during the day, meaning before sundown, before sunset, that you are most productive. Studies show most people are effective during the hours, or most perfective during the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. So if you can shift your schedule, and this is even within your regular work life, if you can shift your schedule where you're doing your calls, where you're doing your case management, where you're doing your check-ins, where you're doing your follow-ups, and you're making sure that they're done during these hours, you will see that you can actually cut and decrease the amount of time within your day. So make sure that you are aware that you are the most productive between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. I always advise those who have to do things for themselves. And I'm saying, you want your physical health is also connected to your mental health. And so sometimes, I mean, you have to get up an hour early, if it's not every day, at least a couple of days throughout the week, so that you can prioritize your health, and that you can actually have a brain dump and dump all of those desires and visions and thoughts you have out, where you can actually journal, where you can actually have devotional time, where you can actually have prayer time. These are things that you have to put on your calendar and schedule to do, because if you don't do it, sometimes it won't get done. And that's the whole totality of a person, not just running and being busy, but being effective. Studies also show that if you take 10 to 12 minutes to plan out your day, you can save up to 2 hours of your day. 2 hours. I could do a lot with 2 hours. 2 hours may mean that I can get 2 more hours of sleep. That may mean I could take a nap for the day, because y'all know I love my naps. That may mean that I can take those 2 hours and meal prep for the week, exercise, have one-on-one quality time with my daughter. I can now jump on social media to make a sale. So these 2 hours, buying back 2 hours of a day, is so important to me, because if I can just buy back 2 hours of the day between the Monday and Friday, I now have 10 extra hours of time. And the goal here is to identify, how can I balance everything that I have going on, because it's probably not going to go anywhere until I make a transitional shifting. How can I balance it, but balance it well? And so that means to identify ways we can pull out time to really utilize it in the best way possible. So you should have a schedule. Time to work on your business, and time versus time working in your business. Let me explain. Working on your business is reconnecting with the customer or client that you have worked with in the past or that week, making sure they have what they need. That's working in your business, right? Connecting with your to-do list, right? Making sure that you're setting the appointment reminders, making sure you're getting the orders out, making sure you're printing your batch of labels. This is working in your business. This is doing the work, right? This is doing the functionalities of your business. This is saying, okay, you're following up with you're following up with calls, you're following up with inboxes, you're sending emails. This is working in the business. And most of this work, it's needed, because this is how we run our business. But let's be honest, it's also busy work. It's the documentation. If you need to do a refund, people asking you questions about, like for instance, Glossy Girl, people asking you questions about your product. Is it vegan? What colors do you have? Jasmine, people asking you, what insurance do you take? What's your background history? What's your views on life? These are things that are you're causing you to work in your business. And although it's busy work, it still has to be done, because that's also a way that we get paid. It's also a way that we connect and continue to get money. But you have to make time to work on the business. If you're so busy in working in the business on the day-to-day journey of business, you are missing out on a lot of money. Why? Because you're not planning for future. You're not getting in those prospects. You're not writing out your vision and making it clear, making it plain. You're not writing out your to-do list and your task effectively. You're not accomplishing things. You're not doing the follow-up. You're not doing lead generation. You're not doing reminders. You're not showing your face, because believe it or not, the time that we're in now, social media is not going anywhere. Electronic